A body is a 3D representation of a thing. We can upgrade a body to a component, which unlocks the ability to create assemblies and assemble stuff, as well as apply animation. This is a really crazy video. If you want to jump around, look at the bottom with the different chapter sections. And if you're new to this, just watch the whole thing the way through. This is all a big hierarchy. Let me show you what I mean. So for example, right here, we have the origin. So this is one dimension, right? It's just length, like 1 mile, 1 foot. That's just length. And then when we take our slider and we move it over here, now we have a sketch. Now we have our 2 dimensions. And then when we extrude it, we have a 3rd dimension here. We're going to hit finish sketch and we'll extrude it, or rather I will show you that extrusion was done. And look at this. We can see all 3 dimensions. We can see our origin, which is 1D. We can see the shape, and then the extrusion, which is 2D and 3D respectively. Then if we jump over here to my assembly here, look at this. Once I apply movement, that's the 4th dimension, right? Time is the 4th dimension. This is all to unlock animation. So let's look at these here. These are everything that when you graduate a body to a component, you unlock. You unlock all of these, and you unlock all of these motion. See this screen here? If you select the part design, some people call this a mistake, but I'll show you how to graduate up. Oftentimes people will argue to start with a hybrid design, just make it a component from the word go, but we're going to start a new part design. All right, as you can see here, nothing's unlocked for me. We don't have any of the component features. If you look over here, this part design, or it's called a part design. If you look under bodies here, it shows as a cylinder. The cylinder is a body. The actual part, a component happens to be a cube. So here's what we do. We come over here and we click this pencil and we convert this to a hybrid. When we convert, if we come over here, look, we now have our assemble menu, and this is everything that just got unlocked. So you notice this ribbon had changed. And to jump over to that other drawing I did, watch this. You'll notice here an assembly is a whole bunch of cubes, right? So an assembly is a whole bunch of components, right? And the other fun thing too is we can kind of go forward and backwards through time. So we can click on a component, and that happens to be this one here, and we can go back and edit it, right? And so then this unlocks the bodies and the sketches and the origin. So not only do we have a hierarchy, but we also can go up and down this hierarchy, going from, 1 dimension, 2 dimension sketch, 3 dimension, which is the body, and then 4 dimension, which is the component, which is the time element. Many people advocate just starting with the component, which is here. So we're just going to do a hybrid design, and people call this rule number 1. Start with a component, and look at this. We haven't drawn anything, and we now have the assemble drop-down menu. We have access to everything all the time. If you just want to do a 2D drawing and extrude it and send it to the machinist, you don't apply anything, this will still work. Likewise, you don't ever have to apply movement or motion to anything if that's the type of work you're into. So then right here, another thing a lot of people want you to do is they also recommend you label not only your parts, this is rule number 2, label your parts and label your planes. So when you come in here, just label your planes here. We're going to call this one tangent plane, as you watch me do. And then this will be peg or whatever this is. But again, I wanted to show you in person real quick. This is what I'm talking about when we're naming everything. So as we get going, and these get more and more complicated, it all becomes memorable and obvious. So we're going to do a copy, and then I'm going to do a right click, paste. And of course it stacks it. And so here we have our two. And look at this. These two are linked together. So I'm going to hit F for the fillet command and watch this. As I drag this in, the other one receives the same treatment. We can create a new component like this. So I'm going to right click on our original one here. I'm going to do copy. And then I'm going to come up here. I'm going to paste new. Watch this. And so we're going to drag this one up. So we have a new version of the red checker. And this is why we're going to label stuff is just for our sanity here. So we'll hit enter and I'm going to rename this here, white checker. Now watch this. We are going to jump into here to, actually, I think it's going to be over here to material properties. Physical material. And we're going to come down to wood and we're going to grab a white oak. We're going to drop that on. And it says remove the physical material applied. So now look at this. We have a cherry and an oak version of our checker. We can turn this directly into a file where we can use somewhere else. So we're going to come here or do save copy as. And you see it has its own distinct number and it's going to be called checkers white checker. Hit a quick save. So let's insert that here. So we're going to go insert component. That was checker white checker. Insert. We're going to turn off our origin here. I mean, there it is. Like I didn't have to make this from scratch. I copied, pasted. Now this one is not connected anymore to the red checker we made. This just happens to be the white oak version of the last way we made this. If we add a fillet here, it's not going to affect that red one we made earlier. Click the link below to download a PDF of the hierarchy I made that starts all the way up the origin and goes all the way down to assemblies.